I'm Anil Kumar, and in this video we will discuss area of triangle. Now I have shown here a rectangle to begin with, right? So there is a rectangle which you can see. Length of this rectangle is 4 units and width of this rectangle is 3 units. So we can say area of rectangle is equals to length times width. So in this case length is 4, so 4 times width is 3, and when we multiply you get 12. Now area of rectangle we start learning from grade 1 itself. So when we are in grade 1 we say area of rectangle is count the number of squares. So we say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We get our answer, right? Then we say, well, it is rows into columns, right? So we say there are 3 rows and 4 columns, and we get the area as 12. Then we learn the formula length into width, which I started with, and say, well, the length is 4, width is 3, and the area is 12. But that is how we learn area of a rectangle. Now in a similar fashion, let us try to figure out area of from rectangle, area of triangle. Okay, so this video is really for area of triangle, right? So the basic concept here is that triangle, when you make within a rectangle, it is kind of half. So to start with, let me just draw a line between these 2 points which are diagonals, right? So when this is not that good a line, but I hope it will work for you. So just imagine this is absolutely straight, perfect line which should have been drawn from one corner to the other, opposite corner. So that becomes the diagonal. So now what I will also do is label my rectangle. So let me call this rectangle as, let's use different thing, A, B, C and D. Okay, so now we have 2 triangles. So area of rectangle is 12 and we have 2 equal triangles. We say triangle ABC is equal to triangle ACD, right? ACD. These are 2 equal triangles. So what is the area of each triangle? So say area of triangle, that's the symbol for triangle ABC. So that's a good symbol. I hope you like that. Okay, area of triangle ABC is how much? It should be half of 12, right? So it should be half of 12. Okay, so half of 12 is 6. Well, some of us could have just counted the squares, right? So we'll say half and half will be 1, and then this is another 1, so 2, and then say 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. So we get 6 squares in it. So 6 sounds good. So what we realize from all this, that the area of triangle is always half of rectangle. So we can get a formula, right? So we can write our formula for area of rectangle, area of triangle. So we say area of triangle ABC is equal to half length times width. So that becomes a triangle area. So this is, we are talking about area, right? Normally if I just write triangle ABC, it also means area actually. Okay, so these are a few new things we have learned. This was kind of obvious, 2 equal triangles, and we had 6 as the area of triangle. Now always when you have area, just as lengths have units, we'll write unit, area will have unit square. We multiply 2 units, right? Okay, we'll not complicate it at this moment, but we'll do it soon. Now my question is, instead of dividing like this, if I take some other point, for example here, and join that point with A and this point with B, then I get another triangle. Okay, so this is my triangle. Let me say A, B, we already have. So let me say L. Okay, so now I have a triangle, triangle A, LB. What is the area of this triangle? That is the question to you. Area of this triangle, is it still the same or it is different? Do you think it is more than this or less? Well, let's look into it. Since we have this particular formula, I think we can still use it. Half base is length, so this is my length of 4 units, and width, okay, that means the height. Do you see this width? That is still 3. 1, 2, 3. So I think it is still the same. So it is same as area of triangle ABC. So both areas seems to be same. How about if I would have drawn it with, from example, this point, right? So I make another triangle which is using different points, but it is within that rectangle. You will find that this area is also same. Not only that, even if I draw a triangle in this rectangle which is kind of joining these 2 points with some other point like this, that triangle, let's say P, right? Even the triangle DAP has the same area. So what you can do is, you can count the squares if you want to, or you can do the same formula. Length times width, half of, right? In this case, what happens to the 2 dimensions? So we actually call them as base and height in triangles. So that becomes one side, and this is the other side. The other side is same as 4, you see that, and this side is same as 3. So again it is half of 3 times 4, and that is 6. So what you notice in this particular case is, if you are given a rectangle and if you draw any triangle whose vertices are on the rectangle, then its area is always same, and that is half of the area of the rectangle. Do you get the point? So area of a triangle is half the area of a rectangle, provided all the 3 vertices of the triangle are on the rectangle, right? You just can't make a smaller triangle. Vertices should be on the triangle, correct? Now let's get back to the units. Now units of length, L is, let us say, centimeter, right? And units of width is centimeter. So when you multiply length and width, it will be centimeter times centimeter, or we write this as centimeter square. Perfect. So area of triangle or a rectangle, the units are going to be the square units, right? So units will be always square units. Remember that, right? If no units are given, you can write square units or unit square. You can say area of triangle ABC is equals to 6 unit square. So that's also a way of writing. I hope in this video you understand that you can find area of a triangle by first finding area of rectangle and then making half of it. That gives you a formula, half length into width. Now in triangles we use the other terms. In triangle we say area of a triangle ABC will be half. We call this length as base and that width as height, right? So in a triangle we really do not have length and width kind of thing, right? We have base and height. So we'll not talk about area of triangle in terms of base and height, and what we see is base times height divided by 2, which is area of triangle, is always half of the rectangle in which it can be formed. That is the conclusion. I hope you appreciate it. Thank you and all the best.